Can you imagine three perfectly normal young people after being subjected to experiments and modifications by an evil scientist, had their genes mutated and turned into monsters, neither human nor ghosts, to help treat them? The scientist Owen took their blood for testing and gave them medicine that could alleviate their condition. After receiving the medicine, the three of them left. On their way back, Abby suddenly started feeling unwell, so she immediately took the medicine, but after a long time she realized her symptoms hadn't improved at all. That's when she realized that the medicine Mag had given them was fake. When she walked downstairs to the band, because of her extremely sensitive hearing, she overheard her boyfriend agreeing to let someone else take their band's spot on stage. In that instant, she completely lost control and let out a furious roar, shattering all the glass upstairs. The two people upstairs were instantly scared stiff. Meanwhile, things weren't looking well for Tilda in lab either. Since the medicine had lost its effect this time, she started emitting an increasingly alluring scent. After her co-workers inhaled the scent coming from her, they went crazy trying to get closer to her. Seeing herself surrounded by so many people, she had no choice but to drench herself with water, ending up completely soaked. The next day, Juan found himself waking up in the wilderness again, and not far away, there was the body of a puppy. Terrified, he immediately fled the scene. It was only then that the three of them realized they have been deceived by Owen Curious. The three of them rushed to the lab to confront Owen, only to find that he had already fled. Only his assistant, Dr. Sydney, was there in the lab. She told them that the medication they had taken could only stabilize their mutated cells, but could not fundamentally cure their condition. But Sydney said that a new drug had recently been developed. After the cell is injected into their bodies, it can devour their mutated cells, allowing them to return to normal. However, this cell is still in the experimental stage and hasn't actually been developed yet. With no other choice, they took the blue medicine bottle from the table just in case they might need it later. Just as they were about to leave, a strange man suddenly burst in and attacked Sydney, trying to snatch the blue medicine bottle from her hand. Seeing Tilda and Abby about to be harmed, Juan, desperate, suddenly transformed into a werewolf and attacked the man. Instantly, he tore the man's internal organs to shreds. Now a werewolf, Juan had lost his human consciousness and turned his attention to Tilda and Abby. Fortunately, Sydney acted in time and injected the werewolf with a shot, causing him to collapse. When he woke up, he was human again. For safety reasons, one was temporarily tied to the operating table. Meanwhile, the strange man was also tied up, and his abdomen had already been cut open, because Sydney suspected that this man was also one of Owen's test subjects. While Sydney was examining him, she suddenly noticed that the man's heart was beating rapidly. In an instant, the man suddenly came back to life and immediately reached out to strangle Abby by the neck.